change it. They go into this match as underdogs. The win predictor has the Kings favourites to win it. Qalandars, yeah, they're just missing out on a few shots. That's a good leave here. But it's amazing, Anish, isn't it? The difference that you see when the ball is being pitched up and there's a better line. And that's what you've seen the Kings do here so far. But it's worth mentioning the Limassol Qalandars in that last match. The power play score was only 32. At the halfway point, 68. But it was the 117 that came off the second part of the innings. And that's when really Qasim got going. So he takes a bit of time maybe. And then, well, if he's still there, he can really clobber and hurt you. So you want to be trying to get him early. So the captain giving himself a bit of a break this time. But he's probably looking at the moment out there and thinking, it's not quite the start that he wanted from Hussain. And, well, Qasim Mohammed, the centurion himself, only 2 of 5.
The lines from the certainly not in length. Good length, making it. Okay. Just one would allow never on.
It's that's on the offside. This
one has it got no throw.
Way by the lines themselves. Bowling. Had 6 balls. Edge. Why aren't they running here? I want to focus here. Qasim Mohammed. Watch him here. Look at him. He can't move. Look, he's just standing, staring. Ball gets away. That's a run there. And one thing that he and Ahmed, the captain, Sohail Ahmed, were doing well in the first match. They were taking those singles.
Goes for the big swing and a miss here. It's a big heave, but fails to connect. It's just been terrific bowling.
Yeah, Sharma. This is what I expect to see from him. He really was so good yesterday. Really bowled fantastically well. Scored 43 as well. Took 2 for 19. But it was on a losing cause to the Lions. And just good bowling. Look, Hussain, this is a big mistake, really, from the Qalandars. Amir Hussain, and for some reason, they pumped him up to the top of the order, but he is just chewing up deliveries. And, well, I'm giving him, if I'm the captain here, Nish, I'm giving him one ball. I'm saying, you either get this to the boundary or you're coming off because you're just hurting us here. And, just going to get, probably again, should be looking for 2. Have to go 2. They will get 2. He gets a couple, so fine, I'll give him one more ball. 2 is better than nothing or a single, but yeah, he just hasn't shown up here.
Yeah, it's quite surprising. The captain's shown a lack of faith in himself, and he hasn't just kept himself alongside Qasim Mohammed. It wasn't just their batting, but I think their communication when they were out there in the middle was terrific. They really looked like 2 players who just knew each other very well, had terrific chemistry. This one is struck away towards cover. He's been a very busy man out in the deep, hasn't he, the sweeper Ali? And it's just going to be a single.
Yeah, but bowling to your field, Nish, you said so many times. If you have a look at this field, the only thing I must admit I would do different, I would have the 3rd bat, to be honest. But you're bowling to your field, full and straight. He's got an offside field, and he's bowling on the offside. Finish a good over here. Only 3. And score. Really. We're looking to go for a boundary here. And he just guides this away. Straight to the fielder. Could be out. The wicketkeeper muffs this up. It's not the easiest of throws to deal with. But I'm just looking at the way the keeper here, Kamaljeet Singh, positions himself. And Yeah, he just needed to wait a little. Gets too close, Yorks himself, presents the opportunity. 19 then is the power play score. So a team that we just saw smash the ball all over the place and put 185 on the board are struggling here at the moment.
We're struggling mightily, but you got to give a lot of credit to the Napa Royal Kings. Haven't missed a trick so far with the ball in hand or their fielding. I think, though, just going back to that point about Hussein, how many more balls do you give him before you potentially look to retire him?
Yeah.
9 of 11, but even Qasim Muhammad just not looking himself.
I suppose the difference is with Qasim, you know what he can bring you, you know what he can do. But I think making that change is the old saying, isn't it? If it ain't broke, don't change it. And they make a change, and at the moment that's hurting them in all aspects. Even the running between the wickets is not good. Mansour comes in, and he fires in the Yorker. Well, he's running into trouble. Will he get back? Will he not? No, he won't. And that is huge. Huge wicket. Is going to be the wicket of the Centurion. Qasim Muhammad plays his once a single, and Amir Hussain is just standing there, looking in the mirror, looking pretty. Look, that is terrible. Terrible cricket. And that is the end of the Centurion. So Qasim Muhammad will go. And this is all about the decision to go with Amir Hussain at the top of the order. The understanding between the batters not there. They never ran any of the singles. They never converted the ones into twos. Qasim trying to get something from a good ball. Well, that says it all. I think Nilkesh Patel may just have a little word with Qasim. We don't want to see that, and we don't, of course, want to be advocates to that. If you're out, you're out. You've got to take it on the chin. Disastrous start. Qasim goes. He's been run out for 7.
Yeah, that's where you really think that if it was Sohail Ahmed alongside Qasim Muhammad, might have still been out there. It just felt like everything was second nature to them when the two of them were batting in that first game. Great communication. They just sensed each other terrifically. Hussein, Qasim just simply not on the same wavelength. Out comes Munir, who certainly had a few struggles with his bowling.
Now, can you believe this? I mean, the ball before when he should be running, and he decides to stay planted in his crease. And then the very next ball, he's running to the other end like a headless chicken. I don't think Hussein knows what he's doing. He don't know what he's doing. Well, Hussein might as well put an end to his misery here, and he's got to be just swinging and hoping. And if he gets out, he gets out, and then he can deal with Qasim Muhammad when he gets back in the dugout. Oh, he swings and he gets 6. So at least he's now trying to say, right, okay, I was the guilty man, but I might, and I think he has to. He has to score some runs. If he goes back without scoring any major runs here, I think they're all going to lynch him.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be welcome back in the dugout then. A little bit overpitched here. It's one of the few deliveries that have actually gotten wrong in these first 21 deliveries, but it's a terrific shot by Hussein. Just such a strong player, and I think this is really why they looked to probably push him up to that opening partnership. I think if there's anything you might be critical, just flexing his muscles a little bit over there as we have a brief pause in the game as they look to locate that cricket ball in the olive groves. We're just going to take a look at the playing field.
Yeah, field positioning so far, it has worked. I mean, you got a feel for the great shot. Here comes Ali back in again, and well, places out, and yeah, well fielded. Ground fielding so far has been good. That's the captain, Hardeep Singh, setting the standards. One thing to update you on, folks, is the weather. It's now touching on almost 30 degrees, and I think as a result of that, in fact, I know as a result of that, every 5 overs we will have a very short drinks break, an opportunity for the players to take on some fluids because it is very hot out there in the middle. So we'll have a few strategic timeouts, and that's well bowled. He pulls his delivery really well, doesn't he?
Great ball, terrific length. Gets it right up there. Makes it so hard for Munir to play. You know, he's got long levers. He certainly does. Seen him in the past connect on a few and hit a few big ones. See if he can do that over here as well. That's exactly what he's capable of doing when he middles one. shows us his power and his strength. This one is struck right towards forward point, goes the distance. It's a 6. Great hit by Munir.
Now that's a powerful hit, isn't it? I mean, out there on the offside, he's absolutely crunched it. That's what they need to do here now. Now, I mentioned in the last match, the acceleration came in the second part of the innings. That's what they're going to do here. That is the end of the over. 33 for 1 after 4. So at the moment, they're probably on around about a 115 sort of pace. Let's see the expected score here. The expected score 107. So I actually have them, I reckon 115, but they've got to get the acceleration in, and of course all eyes will remain on Hussein. 16 off 13, but he can't now. It can't be talking about singles. You've got to be talking about boundaries.
It's just walked away towards point. It's just going to be a single. And just talking about how effective the Kings have been with their game planning. Just 2 runs through the leg side. They've been looking to keep that ball well outside the off stump. Look to force the hitters to play their strokes towards the offside, and that's worked terrifically so far. Just 2 runs on the onside. This one just inside the tram line. Munir was probably looking for the wide, but was well inside the line. No chance of wide.
Yeah, I'm surprised Munir's left this, because we've just seen him played a cracking shot for 6 out on the offside, but he leaves it alone. Sharma gets one over him.
This is slightly over pitch, and the captain will feel he had an opportunity there. He just stuck a hand out. Maybe if he just stayed all the way back in the rope, he would have had a chance to catch this.
Yeah, he's gone for it one hand. I think looking at that again, he's more trying to stop it going over the boundary rope than trying to catch it. It's one of those that could stick. We could have seen a bit of Jalebi delight. Still haven't seen any Jalebi catches here in Cyprus. It's only day 2 though, but it goes for 6. And now he does hit this one out on the offside. And yeah, that's more like it. You saw him leave one earlier from Sharma rather than go for this shot. But he does play this away. That's nicely done. Good looking shot.
Yeah, a couple of boundaries here for Limassol Qalandars. They desperately need to string a few together here. It's just been way too quiet for them. Need to be hitting consecutive boundaries at this level. You know the firepower this side has. Just the 5 boundaries so far this innings. Goes for the big one. Does it have the distance? It does. It goes all the way towards that cow corner boundary. And Munir, we were just talking about his long levers and some of the power he possesses. And he's just demonstrating that in this over. Gurdeep Sharma gets taken the distance. 17 runs off this over so far. Still got a ball to come.
Well, this is the start they needed. And he's come off Sharma, which is a bit of a surprise. Sharma is not one to shy away from the challenge. I think he'll go straight, try and get the wicket straight away here. And he's not going to, because that gets played up. It gets past one, but not past the sweeper. It will be just a single. So they're going at 10s here. 51 for 1 at the end of 5. Only lost the 1 wicket, so they need to get the acceleration in. Can they get, in the last match, they got 117 in the last 5. Can they do the same again? But no Kasim out there at the moment. And also the captain, Sohail Ahmed, hasn't gone out there just yet. Hello to everybody. We're going to take a bit of a strategic time out now because of the heat. About 30 degrees out there, so players have to take on some fluids. That's a very wise move. Rico Full here with Nish. Nish, big day here today. We've seen centuries. Let's have a look at some of the centuries that we've had on the network. And we saw an excellent one in England from Troy Johnson, 127. But it started here with Kaligala. And this is the Hall of Fame for 5-wicket hauls all over the place. Let's continue with this one first. And you can see there's pages and pages of it. And there's one more, of course, to add on to that. Troy Johnson, 127 there in England. And, of course, now we've got Kasim Mohammed to add to that. He scored 131. Hall of Fame, there was a 5-wicket haul yesterday in Portugal. Neil Charles, well done to him. And he was, of course, playing there for the Porto Wanderers against the Coimbra Knights. So plenty of action coming from Portugal today as well. So all yesterday. yesterday. One thing about this bit, so come on, we're going to put you in the spot here. We haven't seen, didn't have a golden ball in England against the golden ball here. Plenty of action coming from Portugal today as well. So I think the last one thing about this bit, so come on, in for the nights here. So we're missing a hat-trick, seeing didn't have a golden ball in England. What do you reckon? Golden ball here. Plenty of action coming.
I feel like we've come today. 6 matches to surely one of them is going to give us a golden ball.
Come on, in for the nights here. So we're missing a hat-trick. Yeah, that's true. We didn't see a new team as well. What do you reckon? Golden Warriors. Plenty of action coming about.
I feel like we've come today. 6 matches to surely one of them is going to give us a golden ball.
Come on, in for the nights here. So we're missing a hat-trick. Yeah, that's true. We didn't see a new team as well. What do you reckon? Golden Warriors. Plenty of action coming about.
I feel like we've come today. 6 matches to surely one of them is going to give us a golden ball.
Come on, in for the nights here. We're missing a hat. Yeah, every day we're always going to have as well. What do you reckon? Right, that's I feel like we've come today. 6 matches to surely one of them is going to give us a golden ball. Come on, in for the nights here. Drop. Missing a hat. Yeah, every day we're always going to have as well. What is the league? Right, that's so much time to hang. Come on, get Scottish screaming saying, "What's my hat?" He just stands in a hat. You got to take this, Nish.
He has to take this. He's got to call out really loud and try to hold on to that one. Munir can't give him another light. Just make note of that. He was dropped on 23. That could be a huge moment if he goes on to play a big innings. And this is launched towards mid-wicket, and it's going to be a boundary. So Hussein joining in on the action, rubbing some more salt on Khan's wounds.
Yeah, I reckon in that drinks break, the captain probably said to Hussein, come on, you've got to move now. Get going or get out. That's what I'm telling you. Get going or get out. I want to see boundaries and boundaries. I want us to be going at 15s per over. We need to be looking to accelerate. Not 115 ain't going to be enough. We need to be 140. That's what he wants here, 140. So let's see how it goes. They could have had a wicket straight away. Should have had a wicket straight away. Munir survived. Hussein gets a boundary. Ali Khan just reshuffles the field slightly to try and get this breakthrough. You know, one big difference between here and England. In